Last week, I met a guy who just raised $20 million for an AI company. And now he's raising $100 million. How? I mean, look, I was shocked when he said those numbers. I was completely shocked. And here's the deal. Most operators I know, they struggle to raise $50,000. And somehow this guy's pulling together 8 figures, maybe 9, like it's nothing. So I had to ask, for you, loyal audience, I had to ask, how do you raise $20 million? And I expected the usual answers. I know the right people. I've got a killer deck. You know, Scott, the AI market is hot right now. I expected all those things. And that's how most people think capital raising works. Some luck mixed with the right timing, multiplied by your connections. But that's not what he said. His answer was quite simple. I have developed a capital system. He then walked me through it. Here's what he said. I have a list of people that I have worked with over the years. I meet them when I don't need capital. I get to know them and tell them about my deals as they come through. I get to grow my list. I try to grow my list every month. And then the next thing you know, I have 47 people who have already invested with me, willing to transfer money when the deal is right. Basically, people who know him, trust him, and have made money with him. When he needs to raise capital, he doesn't cold call. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to pitch at networking events. He sends one email. New opportunity, AI company, raising $20 million. Here's the deck. Call if you're interested. And they do. In fact, a few weeks later, it's fully subscribed. Now he's raising $100 million for the same AI company using the same system. It's the same process. The list is just bigger. And that's when it all clicked. This isn't about connections. It's about a system built over years of continuous effort. That's the difference between a capital system and hope. And I know this because I've done both. You see, back when I had one of my many Joe jobs, many jobs that I really didn't consider a career, I worked as an investment representative for a Wall Street brokerage. Now, they knew that newbies like me needed clients, so they gave us a system, a lead generation system. And here it is. Go knock on 100 doors a day. That's right, door to door. Go knock on 100 doors per day. Get the names and the phone numbers of the people you talk to every day. Try to get 20 per day. Tell them you're starting a business in the area and you just want to get out and meet people. Then that night, write them a thank you card. Mail it the next day, and in a week to 2 weeks, you call them on the phone number that they gave you with an offer to invest in a bond. Now, look, this was a while ago. Times have changed. I'm just telling you what the system was at the time. But following their system, I added 100 names a week to my list. 400 new names that I could call every single month with the right investment. And I hated every bit of it. But it worked. It paid my family's bills for 2 years when my children were young. The secret was to talk to people in peacetime, not in deal time when you need the money. That's ultimately this guy's process. When I needed capital for my real estate investing business, I used this same model again, only slightly modified. Now, Mr. $20 million man started off small. One investor, a friend who believed in him. He did a deal. They raised $25,000. It worked. The investor made money. The next deal, that same friend brought another, then another. He shared every deal to his list. He delivered results and he added value. And he communicated to the list with every single deal, whether they were going to invest or not. Now, years later, he had 47 investors who trusted him completely. He actually has more than that, but it was 47 on this deal. So when he needed $20 million, it wasn't a pitch. All he had to do was activate his list. He's not selling anything. He's not convincing anybody of anything. He's offering an opportunity. And that's the difference between a capital system and, well, hope. Now, in the investor's priority pyramid, this is available capital. It's the second core need in deal flow, right after knowing your numbers. And here's the problem. Most investors build deal flow systems and not capital systems. They've got mailers bringing in new leads to buy properties. They have CRMs tracking their lead conversions. They have VAs working on due diligence and all this other stuff. Everything is deal flow related. Zero capital infrastructure. It's not fun. I know it's not fun, but this business, real estate investing, is capital intensive. Okay? So without a capital structure, when they find a deal, they can't close it. Now, maybe in their own capital, like they have enough capital of their own money to fund it. That's cool. That still counts. But if you need capital and you don't have a system, you're in trouble. Now, if you listened to episode 4, I talked about the Maginot Line, and you'll recognize this pattern. Remember, France built a state-of-the-art defense system for World War II. Then Germany, when they invaded, they just went around the wall. They went around the line completely. And that's what's happening here. Operators are building the wrong system for the battle they're actually fighting. Now, here's the test for you. If you found a $50,000 deal tomorrow, the perfect property, the perfect numbers, could you have the capital committed in 7 days? Not, I probably could find the capital from somebody. Not, maybe if I called people. Could you send one email and get it done? And if not, you clearly don't have a capital system. And most investors struggle here. They really do struggle here. It is the one thing that stops most investors at some point in time. Everybody will run out of capital unless we have this capital investment system. Here's how we're going to apply this. This week, we're going to start our capital list. This week, not next week. We're going to do it this week. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to open up a spreadsheet and we're going to write down every person who might invest with you someday. It doesn't need to be today, just someday. You can list friends who have shown interest, family who want to get into real estate, colleagues with capital sitting idle, other investors you've met. Yeah, there's a lot of investors out there with capital ready to go. Professionals that have asked you about your deals. That's your starting list. And it doesn't matter how many names are on there. It could just be one. It's where you're going to begin. Then you need to build the habit. Every time you close a deal, whether you use someone else's capital or not, you need to update your money list, your capital list. You send them an update whether they invested or not. And it's simple. Hey, everyone, just closed on 123 Main Street. Here's what we are projecting. Thought you'd like to see it. Now, you're not asking them for money. You're building trust in real time. In fact, you're building trust in, well, peacetime. In 6 months, you'll have 10 names. In a year, 20 names. In 5 years, 50 names. Maybe it's bigger than that, sooner than that. It doesn't really matter. The whole goal here is that you're growing this list of potential investors. And then when you have the right deal that lands right on your desk, you don't have to scramble. You send one email and you have it funded in 48 hours. Not because you're lucky, but because you were consistent. That's how the guy I met can raise $100 million. One investor, one deal, one update at a time. Now, here's the next step. I want you to take the IPP assessment. The link is in the show notes. And if you don't go into the show notes or you don't know how to go into the show notes, it's simple. Fix this next for realestateinvestors.com. It takes 5 minutes or less, and it will tell you exactly where you're stuck. And if available capital shows up as your vital need, then you know what to fix next. It's not marketing. It's not deal flow. It's capital. Because all the deal flow in the world doesn't matter if you can't close it when the opportunity shows up. The guy raising $100 million didn't get there by luck. He built a capital system over years, and you can do the same thing. Start your list this week. In time, you'll be raising 8 figures with a single email. Now, I don't know if you really would ever come across a deal with 8 figures, but maybe you would. And with that, I'm Scott Todd, and I will see you next week.